Hi everyone, it's your boy Sean. Welcome back to another Summoners One video. So in this video, I want to share with you guys some tips that I've been using for free rune removal for the past many months to have a more productive and less stressful free rune removal day. So the first one is very simple. You try your best to save some mana because you're gonna blow them up very quickly. When you approach free rune removal, then you look through your runes. I bet that some of you out there will have a lot of good runes that is standing at +0. So you'll be so nervous upgrading your runes to see whether it roll into speed or roll into crit rate or whatnot. Save some mana. Personally, I think 2 million is not enough. My friend who has like 10 million blow up like at least 9 million after free removal days to upgrade a lot of runes. So take the advantage of the current event to farm mana in dungeons to prepare for rune removals. The second advice is to build teams and not units. I've learned this advice from Reddit, from Barian, one of the best player in the global server, and it still applies every single month. So when you look at Summoners 1, it's all about team to accomplish a task, whether it be Necro B10, whether it be arena offense, arena defense, it's all about team. So you can make a fastest Theomas, and when you plug him into like an arena offense, you realize that your Theomas is like faster than your Bella, and then he'll deal no damage because Bella hasn't seized the Chloe buff. Or maybe you can make like fastest make Bernard the fastest Galleon, Megan, but then your Lucian or your Zyros is so damn slow, it's not going to do shit. So pay attention to teams and not too specific on unit. Look at your rune building more comprehensively so that you don't build like the best unit, but you build the best team possible for a certain task. Third advice will be decide on the team that you want and then focus every resources that you have on that team. So let's say for the past few months I have been farming a lot of Necro B10, and now I want to go back to Trance B10 to farm more shield rune for my new Will Shield AO, or farm more violent runes for my new Bruiser AO or whatever. So I'll go back to Trance B10, look up a lot of speed team guide on Reddit, on YouTube, whatever, and then focus all my best rune that I have currently on my Necro B10 team into my Dragons B10 speed team so that it will work for me for the next month. So as you can see here, I have a few units that is ready for speed Dragons B10, but they are not rune optimally for that task because Theomas is quite slow for Will Shield AO, Galleon is also quite slow and all that stuff. So I will focus the rune on this team only and worry about Necro B10 or Giants B10 later, because I don't want to spread out the runes to other teams and then have to compromise like the potential of my Giants B10 speed team. So don't try to achieve the best of both worlds or whatever. Try to have the best rune on the things that you want to achieve next month and build it the best you can do. So let's say next month you want to look at like the new Will Shield AO or maybe even live arena. You want to have it ready. So I also have personal plan for new Will Shield AO, and maybe take out runes from Isabel to put on something like Lucian. So Lucian can be on Will Shield as well, something like that. So I'll be focusing on that AO alone And after free room removal, I can have like time to slowly work on other AO option that I have and have fun with it. But on free room removal, you want to focus all your resources on the things that you want to do next month. So the fourth advice will be to test your team very carefully in TOA or in live arena because it's free to do so. So you want to test out damage, you want to test out speed tuning, maybe you even want to test out your arena defense with friends who have the certain team that you want to counter. Let's say you want to build a Nemesis Will Praha with Vermos, with Darien, but then you don't know whether it will work or not. So you may want to call your friends or whatever, tell them to show up in live arena for you to test your new Praha whatever defense. Tell them to use the illusion so that you know whether it will proc, the Nemesis effect will proc in time, whether the heal is enough, whether you can sustain, or go to TOA to see whether your copper is dealing 50k damage or 45k damage, and it's free to do so. And also it's very important to test your new dungeon speed team at least like 10, 20, 30 times so that you know that it's consistent, it's not going to fail when you're not noticing. So yeah, be sure to test your team extensively, carefully, so that it will work for the next month and you don't have to waste mana to rerun them after field removal day. That's why the previous advice is so important, because you want to have specific team in your mind and then you have enough time to test them out. So it's not going to be easy to test so many things out when you have so many objectives in your mind, so many teams that you want to do, so many things that you want to achieve, and then you run out of time to test and you end up failing after free removal and waste millions and millions of mana. I've been through that. It's not going to be funny at all. The last and the fifth advice I can give is to clean up your storage, know where the runes are, know where your important violent, will, rage, swift, whatever are, so that you will have a less frustrating free rune removal, trying to figure out like where your runes are and all that stuff. If you use like those rune optimizer, it will be much easier for you. Personally, I don't, because I'm too lazy to figure out that stuff. So I just look through, like spend like 15 minutes to look through all of the runes, like where my violent will are, where my fastest swift set are and all that stuff, and try to roll like +3, +6 some rune and see whether they have like the potential, and then sell them straight away so that I don't have to like remember or worry about them on free rune removal day. Maybe grind some stone out, selling some like blue grindstone that I will never use anyway. The topic of rune selection is another huge topic and it's very difficult to explain in the short term. So you might want to check out Claytano runes farming advice. You may want to check out Baron's Twitch live stream and ask him how he chooses his rune and all that stuff. He has a very complicated formula for that shit. And maybe read up some runes advice on Reddit, because up in Reddit people give very legit advice. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Not a lot of people watch until the end, they get boring halfway, but you who watch until the end of the video are true awesome viewers, and thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for the people who came from YDCB video and decided to stay. I really appreciate that, and I hope you will enjoy my past as well as my future content. And yeah, see you in the next video as soon as possible. Bye.